Yo, what's up everyone? This is Idzeni here. So I'm doing a little bit of a different video today, and this is a video of me showing my concerns for Rightstuf recent move. Now for those who don't know, Rightstuf has recently announced, like about an hour or two ago, as I'm recording this, they are moving to the Crunchyroll store. Now, I'm making this video because I love collecting anime figures and also love collecting Blu-ray and DVDs of my favorite shows. So I feel like, as me being the consumer and also collector of this type of stuff, I feel like it's appropriate for me to make this kind of video. So they just announced that they are moving to Crunchyroll, and one of my main concerns with this, and I'm with everyone else on this, is we are not gonna get good deals in the Crunchyroll website like we have with Crunchyroll, like we have with Rightstuf in the past. And because Rightstuf was one of the best websites to buy your anime and manga. Like that's where I bought like 99% of my manga and anime from. It was from them. And I know some people are gonna bring up Amazon, like yeah, we got like Amazon and stuff like that, but sometimes I don't trust Amazon with the shipping conditions of anime and manga, because sometimes it comes damaged. I rarely dealt with that issue with Rightstuf, or I didn't deal with it at all, because the last thing I bought from Rightstuf was the Blade and Immortal manga, the Nimbus volume. It was like volume 5, and the only thing that was damaged was like the spine. It was like a little dent on my spine on it. I should have sent that back and got like a better copy, honestly, but it wasn't the biggest deal in the world. Everything else was still in good condition, right? So personally, I had no bad experience from neither of them. However, I do agree what most people said about Crunchyroll pricing on their items, especially regarding like their figurines or their statue figures, whatever, because I feel like they're way too high, at least to my personal taste. And some people are complaining, well, I wouldn't say complaining, I feel like that's a little disrespectful, but some people are calling them out that they pre-order stuff as early as like last year and they still haven't received their products. I personally haven't dealt with any of that issue with the Crunchyroll store. Granted, I haven't bought enough stuff for them yet to give my full opinion on that. Like normally when I buy something from the Crunchyroll store, I kind of use that as like my last resort type of thing, you know. But I did bought a couple stuff from them that look cool. I got this Kogias t-shirt from them. I also have like a Jujutsu Kaisen hat from them, and I bought like the SH Figure Arts Gohan, the Ultimate Gohan figure from the Dragon Ball Super movie that I viewed like early this year. And I think that's all I bought from them really. So I had no bad experience. I have no shipping delays, no, like all the items I just mentioned were in good condition. So I have no issues with them as a store. Like when they have good deals, they have good deals, but it's very rare for them to get a good deal, at least from my personal experience. Like you guys can let me know about your guys' experience with the Crunchyroll store, because like mine's is very different from most people, so I kind of feel a little indifferent about that. So yeah, anyway, my concern is that how much space on this site is able to obtain that many Blu-rays and figurines. That's my main concern. And also, if you're someone that ordered or pre-ordered from Rightstuf as of recent and they just announced this, which kind of bothered me. I wouldn't say kind of, but it actually did bother me that they announced something like this. And the reason why is because it just kind of felt, I don't know, it just kind of came out of nowhere. It just seemed like they just made this move like right out the blue with no planning. At least with the Crunchyroll and Funimation thing, when they did that back when that was a big deal. I feel like there was at least some plan into it. I mean, it might not have been 100%, but at least there was some time and some plan put into it. With this, it just seemed kind of out of nowhere. But it's not necessarily that surprising, considering the fact that Crunchyroll have bought Rightstuf because of Sony bought them. So it's just like a monopoly. Like all the dominoes is just like constantly just like falling in as we keep going. Also, I know people are still holding that grudge against Rightstuf when they got rid of the R18 section ever since they merged with Crunchyroll. Like, honestly, at this point, Sony and them is just giving the consumers even more ammo to throw shots at them. Honestly, I don't see this going well as they think is about to go well for them, because again, like, most of my anime that I bought was from Rightstuf, and it's frustrating to think about that there's a possibility that this could be the end for anime on Blu-ray and DVD. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the end, because I'm pretty sure all the popular stuff is still gonna get like Blu-ray re-release, like, you know, like re-releases and stuff like that. But in terms of like newer stuff getting released, I don't see it happening anytime soon. And that's partly because there's already a couple of shows that never made its way onto Blu-ray, at least that's the time of this recording. And I'm worried we're gonna get like less and less Blu-rays as this merge is still happening, if it haven't happened already, because I already noticed that it slowly is coming to that point, but now I feel like it's gonna get worse if they don't plan this right. Because if it doesn't go well, it's gonna go south real quick. That's all I gotta say. Personally, in my opinion, I feel like Rightstuf should just stay as a standalone website. I don't think they need to move to Crunchyroll. And I'm subscribed to Crunchyroll, right? And I already mentioned I bought some of the stuff from them, right? I can understand why some people don't like Crunchyroll, and I'm not gonna get into the whole piracy thing, because, you know, like, people got different views on that. The reason why I'm subscribed to Crunchyroll is because I want to watch my stuff in the best quality as I can. Now, I know that reason I just gave was a little shallow, but, you know, that was probably the best way I can describe it. But to get more specifics of what I meant is, I'm not forcing anybody to support Crunchyroll or not support them. That choice is entirely up to you. It's one of the things that I'm pretty neutral about. So I understand both sides of why people watch their anime by any means, because, you know, the most likely can't afford it, or they don't have enough to get a subscription because of other personal matters. So I understand why people don't watch their anime on streaming services, especially on Crunchyroll. And I'm aware it's not charity, right? It's just, I'm open-minded enough to admit that not everyone is gonna be too fond of buying or like supporting their anime from a big corporate company. We see it a lot with video games, especially as of recently with like Nintendo and stuff like that. Like, regardless of what Nintendo does to their consumer and all the other stuff that they have done, like, we still gonna buy their products. That's just how it is. But there's some people out there that won't buy their products because of that, and I respect that. But, you know, every corporate company have some type of shade behind them. That's just how the world is. So with that philosophy out the way, I'm not really a fan of this move, to put it bluntly, because a lot can happen if they decide to go with this, which I'm pretty sure they will, just by the tweet I just read by them. And I'm hoping that this won't kill more anime to get Blu-ray releases, but honestly, I'm not that optimistic about that. Just like I already said, I'm noticing the decline of like newer anime getting Blu-ray releases, and it doesn't help the fact that Crunchyroll doesn't have all the stuff that Crunchyroll had in their category when there was a standalone streaming service. There's a lot of anime that Crunchyroll does not have yet from Funimation, and Tenchimuyo is one of them. More specifically, the 90s OVA Tenchimuyo. That's the only Tenchimuyo series that is not in their platform, and it's bad because like they have all the other Tenchimuyo series except for the OG one, and the Blu-rays of that is mad expensive. Like I think it's going like about like $100 to like $200 now on Amazon, and it's no longer in print, and nobody didn't bother to re-release it yet, and they haven't bothered to release it yet either. I'm assuming it's because Funimation lost the license to it before they made the merge. I don't know. I don't know the business side of things like that. I don't know how it works. But the fact of the matter is that it's already happening with them merging in the streaming service side of things. And I'm hoping that at least Discotech will probably release the OG Tenchimuyo series. And I have some hope that they will do that one day, because they lost the license to Kenichi, and that also got a Blu-ray release by them not that long ago. So I have some hope that at least Tenchimuyo, like the 90s OVA Tenchimuyo, will get a Blu-ray release from them at some point in the future. But I'm just worried that their deals on the Crunchyroll store, it's not going to look nearly as good like what Rightstuf offered in the past. Again, I could be wrong about that, but the way I'm seeing it is not going to go well. I hope that they find some way to, have their products shipped to the consumer while they making this type of change, and hopefully no issues won't go with it. But honestly, I'm still being way too naive about this. It's like there's gonna be some issues going on in the process of like shipping and stuff like that. So if they already plan to make the move, they didn't say when they're gonna move to Crunchyroll, but I'm assuming it's very soon. And if they are planning to make that move that soon, then for the people who pre-ordered the stuff or ordered their stuff from Rightstuf, and if they making this transition to the Crunchyroll store, I'm wondering how much this is going to affect the overall shipment process of Rightstuf. So that's the only side of the media thing that I don't know about. So if you guys know any more about that, you guys can let me know in the comments, and I appreciate that. I just want to give my quick thoughts on this whole entire situation, because honestly, I'm not a fan of it. And this is coming from someone who actually has a subscription from Crunchyroll and actively bought Rightstuf for like a good about almost 5 years. And I just hate to see them go, man. And this was like the only store that was like the closest to my area, because I live in Chicago and Rightstuf is like located in Iowa, so that's like nearby Illinois. Like pretty much it's kind of like next door to my area. So I'm probably taking it a bit harder than most people here, but I just really hate to see it go, man. I'm hoping that this is not the end of Blu-rays, but there's no guarantee that more anime is gonna get released on Blu-ray. We're gonna have to see how this play out. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little rant. I guess this was a rant. Yeah, it was a rant. Who am I kidding? This is a rant. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you guys agree or disagree about all the points or all the concerns that I brought up. I'm pretty sure there's some people that are gonna agree with me, but if you happen to disagree, that's okay. I just want to get my quick thoughts out there about this whole situation of Crunchyroll buying Well, not Crunchyroll buying Rightstuf, but like Rightstuf is moving to the Crunchyroll store. So yeah, anyway, so this has been Zenny. Hope you all have a great and safe day, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.